Hey guys, Lee from Overbite Gaming here, and today we are going to be doing my top 5 real-time strategy games. Now, these won't be in any particular order. There's some oldies but goodies. I've limited myself to one per series. Otherwise, you know, Command & Conquer would take up most of this list. But apart from that, let's get into it. First on the list, we have Dune 2. This is the OG granddaddy real-time strategy game that I ever played. I first played it on the Amiga. It's basically Dune, but real-time strategy. So you harvest your spice, you build on rocks, so you don't well, I think the sand damages your buildings, to be fair, even if the fucking worms don't come along. The worms were there, they were like these little pot marks, and if you sent a unit into it, it got destroyed, but it sort of brought a load of spice to the surface as well, so you'd like make that little sacrifice. You could be Atreides, Harkonnen, and I can't remember it from the book, but I think there was a House Ordo in the book, and the Ordos are in the game. They have different benefits, each faction. But yeah, this was the first time I played it on the Amiga, and it blew my little mind away. I was like, wow, this is amazing. I'm no good at it.
Construction complete.
Next up we have Command & Conquer. That's right, the original. The original Command & Conquer by Westwood Studios. I bought this from Toys R Us for my PC, and I loved it until I got to the missions where you didn't have a base. Then I was kind of a little bit less in love with it, because I'm very much a turtle player. I like building up a strong base and just having all the defences, and then within the protection of that base, building up my army and then Zerg rushing everything afterwards. Obviously, if you just got a few units available to you for a mission, then that's not really going to happen. But yeah, it was amazing. It had a great soundtrack. It had FMV. It was super cheesy, but it fit. It just fit so well. It had some really good CG cutscenes for the time as well. And of course, it just refined Dune 2 basically. And you got this sweet Command & Conquer experience. Oh, very nice. StarCraft. StarCraft is, I think it was the second Blizzard game I bought. I think the first one was Diablo 2. StarCraft basically took what Command & Conquer was doing, but put it in space, and, you know, everything's better when it's in space, right? I don't know, maybe. But, yeah, it was funny as well. That was the thing that I always noticed about it, is like, when you saw the cutscenes, they were all very comical, especially, you know, with the stupid hick. All the Earth terror units were Southerners and stuff, and they were like, Cletus. I can't do a southern accent, but you'll forgive me. But it was amazing, and the cheat system was incredibly interactable. I could put in power overwhelming quite nicely on that and just blow everybody away. That was power fantasy. Plus, you know, I'm not very good at RTS games, but, you know, with a little bit of help here and there, you know, I don't mind. Dawn of War. Oh, I've spoken about Dawn of War before. That was almost a rhyme. Yeah, Warhammer 40k, base building, perfect. They sort of went away from that in the second one, where it was more about small unit actions and capturing points and stuff. And then in the third one, I don't know what the fuck they were doing. That is barely anything to do with Dawn of War. It has all the Warhammer sort of paint on it, but the game itself, not so much. But the first was brilliant. You can get mods which just are amazing. Amazing mods for that. I mean, if you've got, like, I think Soulstorm, you can get mods that, like, introduce Tyranids or Tyranids. I'm never sure how to say it. I always say Tyranids, but I'm pretty sure it's Tyranids. And all sorts of different factions that weren't in the base game, which is fucking amazing. And there's more units for the base armies. It's fucking amazing. It comes with an army pair, so if you've got your homebrew chapter, you can have them represented or whatever in there. And it's just a good, fun game. I always do the, is it Dead Man's Crossing, I think? It's like perfect for me with my turtle gameplay. Because you got that one entrance, and you do all sort of half of the map. You just sort of guard that with a few turrets and a couple of squads, where you build up the big stuff in the rear end. And then, you just rampage down that river and kill everything. It's fucking amazing. Total War Rome, or Rome Total War. Total War Rome Total, one of them. Anyway, this was like the strategy game where I set up and went, holy fuck, that looks amazing. I think it was actually used as the basis of a TV show called Time Commanders, where they would reenact historical battles on TV, and I think it was presented by Richard Hammond. I think it's on YouTube if you want to check that out. So there you go, top tip. But yeah, it just looked amazing. You had all these fucking soldiers on screen at the same time, just marching about, killing the fuck out of each other. It looked brilliant, and I'm completely terrible at it. But for some reason, I still buy the games because I'm fucking stupid. Because I think, this one will be the one where I trip that switch and become a master. No. I mean, as you've seen from the, I think we did a Total War Warhammer or Warhammer Total War. I never know which way round. Game. They did do. I think they did like a Total Spartan thing as well, like a spin-off, which was an action game. But yeah, the Total War series, Total War Rome, is the one that stands out to me because it was the first one that really shocked me, from seeing all these sort of troops just sort of with their individual animations just moving about the place, and just when you saw, like, for the first time you saw two huge armies just come together and start kicking the shit out of each other, it was just magical. Of course, where I'm not very good at it, I just tend to do a skirmish and have like lots of peasants on the enemy side and just lots of knights on my side, or like legionaries or whatever. I get confused because I've played so damn many of these badly. It also had a really good overmap, so you did all your political stuff on there, and then when you had a battle, you went to the battlefield and did all your real-time battle stuff, and that was good. And I really wish I was better at it, to be fair, because it is the kind of game that appeals to me. I mean, I played King Arthur after, which is very similar, but I seem to be better at that. But it's not Total War. Anyway, guys, that is my top 5 RTS games. Now, I know I've missed out a few. There 3 come to mind. I'll do you 3 quick honourable mentions, and I'll tell you why they didn't make the list. Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds didn't make the list. Why? Because I had to put StarCraft on there. It's that simple. I was like, there's something missing. What's missing? Oh, StarCraft. So that went on. I'm afraid I had to take one off, and it was Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. Great game, but just not in the league of the rest of them, in my opinion, for defining or just my personal taste, We also had, I think, Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth. Now, I loved that game because you could be in a fortress and you can man, like, the turrets on the fort and the battlements and have your archers pick them off. So it perfectly suited my gameplay style, and I really liked it. I played that game a lot, and the only reason it didn't make the list is because it was done by EA when it had the Lord of the Rings license. So it's not really available. The only way you can get it is to buy it secondhand off of eBay or something like that. If you see it in like a Goodwill or something like that, I don't know, charity shop, pick it up, because like I bet it goes really expensive secondhand. They did do a sequel to it, but the first one for me was the better of the two. And finally, we have Warhammer. Now, I'm going off of memory here. I think it's called Mark of Chaos, and you basically played like a Chaos Warband, and the cool thing was you had a hero unit, and as he sort of got more chaos points, I guess, you could actually upgrade him, so you could give him demonic abilities and then eventually become like this demon prince sort of thing, which was fucking amazing. But other than that, it was kind of forgettable, and it's also one that's very hard to find. I haven't seen it. I mean, assuming I'm remembering the name correctly, so I haven't seen it sort of knocking around the place for quite some time. Anyway, guys, that's the video for today. Don't forget we release videos Wednesdays and Saturdays. And if you like what you've heard today, please consider subscribing down below. And if you do, ring that bell, and then you'll get blown up with notifications on your phone when you're trying to, like, I don't know, watch porn or whatever you do. No, that's me, isn't it? Fuck. Oh, never mind. Anyway, guys, let me know down below what your favourite RTS games were and what really obvious ones have I missed, because I bet there is. I mean, Supreme Commander I didn't really get on with, so I'm just going to preface it with that. I know lots of people liked it. I mean, my friend Bungle, he thought that was the jam. I think he was wrong, but whatever. So let me know down below anything else that I have missed. Take it easy, guys, and have yourselves a good week.